Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to the next episode review of Tomo-Chan is a Girl, episode 10. And once again, 10 out of 10 again. And this episode kind of brings some of the stories full circle, like with June's misunderstandings, and also with especially when it tied in when they started back in middle school, and how it started out when June back in middle school, June finally noticed that that Tomo was a girl because because he was a manager with the boys uniform, right? But when he saw her wearing a skirt, it's like, oh, why are you wearing that? Trying to make a scene, and then light bulb. He finally noticed that he finally knew that that Tomo was a girl, and then because the misunderstandings, because during the time when they were middle school, June misunderstood because he overheard a part of a conversation, but he never heard the full finish of it. Like, he was seeing Tomo talk to some other girls, right? And they're asking, "Hey, you two going out, right?" And he's like, "No, we're just friends." And then June, he goes and storms away. But if he stuck around for listen to the rest of the conversation, Tomo was saying, "Well, he doesn't see me as a girl." Then I guess that all that could have saved him a whole lot of trouble if he just heard the full conversation. And so basically, since then he avoided her for a whole year in middle school. A whole year. And then that's when this would ties in when Mizazu asked him to go out with him. Because remember, a few episodes back we had a flashback to when Mizazu asked June to go out with him, right? Well, this ties it in, and how she was how she was feeling because making friends too, right? So she knows June, so she just sat there, talked to him, and say, "Hey, will you go out with me?" And that's what we saw from before, like how June was just too much in shape and athletic and all that stuff, and she couldn't even keep up with him, right? And so that's what we saw when she was gonna tell him that she wanted to break up with him, but he told her first, and that's why she got mad at that, because June told he was gonna break with her first before she told him. So all this stuff that was ties in with our characters, with June and Mizazu, and I really thought this part here came full circle about with, and also going back. Going back to I guess I jumped ahead here. So, going back to the first half of this, because there was no opening intro or nothing. They kept going with the whole story because they wanted to tell more what was going on. So that's why there was no intro in this episode. So, but yeah, it opened up with this, with no intro, that the school was doing a marathon. So, of course, when Tomo and June, they're going to compete against each other, just going as fast as they could, right? And when it started, even Mizazu and Carol, they just started up just walking, and then even the teacher, their teacher was on a moped, and just driving right past them. And when they drove past June and Tomo, they both no one's gonna run past me, so they try catch up with the teacher, and the teacher's like, ah. So, and then there was a turning point. There was a checkpoint for girls, right? This is their turning point, right? Well, knowing Tomo, she just goes right past it because she wants to continue going with June, because girls' turning point is kind of like half-assing it, right? So she wanted to go all the way with him, running, competing, because they made a little bargain. Whoever beats who, right, has to buy them drinks for a week. So, but the thing is, we thought he was because remember what Tomo said in the past, how June said in the past, he was always trying to catch up with her. Well, he may have thought I got a little ahead though, but thing is though, he turns around, Tomo was lying face down on the ground. turns out that she passed out because she has a fever. And that's why she fell, because she pushed herself too hard. Like she was did a almost an all-nighter, well, 10 p.m. when she got back, right? She was running during the last night, and when she got back, she took a bath, and she passed out because she didn't basically, I think, she passed out in the bathroom naked, basically, because she, from the water or whatever, she didn't dry herself off or whatever, she just ended up passing out and in the bathroom naked, and so, and this guy June's so worried, so he goes and picks her up and carries her all the way back to the school, and we see him back in the school, in the nurse's office, like Carol's sleeping right beside her, and we see Mizazu, in a panic, almost like scared to death type face, holding Tomo's hands, like, "Are you okay?" So, this is the first time we see Mizazu like being almost like so scared that she almost lost her best friend. So. And then when June comes in and Mizazu goes and whispers to Tomo's like, "Hey, you hardly ever get sick ever. So here's your advantage. So use it." And so when they leave and June was going to and then June was going to leave, then she goes and Tomo says, "You carry me." And so he goes and picks her up, right? And he's like, "Wow." And Tomo's like, "Well, June, you've gotten big," and even June's like, he was like, "Well, you have too." He's like, "What do you mean?" "Oh, forget what I said." Meaning he was meaning in her chest got big as well, because it was pressing against his back. And when he carried her to her car, when Tomo's mom was picking her up, and we see like Tomo's mom give a little. He's like, "Oh, okay." He's like I know what's going on. Giving that little smug smile that she's given there. Because a while back, episodes back, she was predicting she was gonna predicting the name of her grandchild. I mean, so, and then when they drove off, then Tomo's dad, starts running after them, carrying like onions, like what June was saying. So, and then back when June's visiting her at Tomo at her house, Tomo finally gives back the DS that he lent her back when years back when they were little, right? Because he made deals like, remember June said he made a deal, say, "Hey, as soon as I get big and strong, or like a man beat you, right? Then you can give that back." So Tomo finally admits defeats, and he gives the DS back to him. Say, "Hey, you became strong like a man. You finally beat me. Here you go." And this what leads into the whole flashback back to when they started middle school. But yeah, and then after the flashback, when they're both going to go to school together now, June's looking at Tomo because they're going to walk together as usual, and June, in his mind, speaking that she is, because she's held away, she's waving him, she's smiling at him, and in his head he's saying she looks cute. So yeah, she is cute. So this is like now we didn't get no confession yet though, but it is in June he's starting to his feelings are coming out more and more now, and which also leads also how the misunderstanding from the very start of the series, because he's oblivious, right? He's an airhead, oblivious, right? How when Tomo first confessed that she loved him, he kind of just like brushed it as, "Oh, it's another," with the whole fist bump, treated her as one of the guys basically, didn't see her as a girl at all. So, but looking back now, he was just thinking, because in another episode when he was saying maybe it was confession, or he was like contemplating that was it a real or not though. So now we see, we hear him say, "Oh, she's cute." His feelings are coming out more and more because like we know for the fact that he loves Tomo, right? But the thing is that he's just having a hard time just getting it out, But we see his feelings are coming out more and more, the more as us, the viewer, are watching. So yeah, this is another really great episode, another 10 out of 10 episode, and the last episodes I've been watching, it's been really great. I mean, yeah, and this as of now, I would say already this will be my favorite of this year. Like I said, the Ningen Fusion is not the best one I've been watching, but I would say Tomo-Chan is the best one I've seen so far because I really enjoyed, especially June and Tomo are such great characters. I mean, the other side characters like with Koichi, the one and Carol. Carol's absolute great, and we saw how he confessed to Carol that he loves her. He loves her. Get my words mixed up again. He loves her, and before get interrupted by her mom, and then with Mizazu, and she's still contemplating, like, because she doesn't want to lose her best friend, right? Because like you said, if Tomo and June gets in a relationship, she's afraid that Tomo's not gonna have time for her anymore. So she still has her feelings on those. And here, when she was in the nurse's office, she was like in full panic mode. Always like, "Oh, you could be." In a way, she's like, "Are you all right?" Holding her hands, It showed that how she really did care. Like it showed a genuine. She was being actually genuine, sincere, and how much she truly cared for Tomo. She was afraid of losing her best friend. So. But that was nice. That was nice though. So we got the whole thing clear up about how the whole thing what happened to them with middle school, tying up everything up from what we saw in the past with Mizazu, June, and Tomo, and especially this was the first time that June in that flashback when they were in middle school, seeing her wearing the skirt, right? Oh, what are you wearing a skirt for? Finally realized that to the time that she was a girl the whole time. And now he's just been looking at her differently since he found out about that, and since he didn't stick around for that one conversation, if he would have heard the whole full thing, he wouldn't have to avoid talking to her for that whole year, But I'm glad that we saw everything tying in now, coming full circle, you could say. So, but we got a few more episodes to go though. But I'm really looking forward to seeing what's gonna happen next. So hopefully, by this time, we'll get the confession, maybe. But we'll see on that. But I really enjoyed this episode. I've been really loving this series. It's been really great. A nice rom-com / slice of life, high school love, romantic comedy, right? But yeah, I really enjoyed that. I've been really loving the show. But thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode review and more movie reviews, and which I'm still continuing with my Steven Seagal marathon, you could say. So stick around for those, and we'll see you next time. Later.